Hello, I'm Zeos Pantera, the host of In-Ear Fetish, and we are here with the Noble Knight. Get it? Because if you're a knight, you should be noble. So Noble's a real company that has like real people that show up at real shows. They aren't some Chinese brand with 9 letters that don't make sense and weird slogans that don't make sense. I'm going to pause the music, even though it really doesn't matter. Run the Jewels is blasting. A Christmas fucking miracle is blasting. And I feel nothing. I don't get a lot of Noble IEMs in this channel because Noble IEMs are expensive. Real expensive. And the Knights are on my shelf, and I don't know how they got here. Because, like, the normal Hi-Fi Go, Linsol don't seem to sell them, and they're not even on Amazon. So how did I get these? Probably Noble sent them. So here's the thing. This is super low resolution, and I can see the actual pixels in it. In fact, you might be able to see the pixels in it. So this whole thing looks like it was resized from, like, a clip art they found. And I'm listening to them, and I'm like, all right, what's wrong? What's wrong? Maybe tube hybrid, or, let's get out of that is the neutral one. This one, the wonkiest one. Put the wonky one on. All right, now maybe it's got the tips. Maybe the tips are bad. Maybe I got to swap the tips. Let's take off the wide bore. Copium is flowing through my veins right now. Because these are some of the most boring sounding IEMs I've ever listened to. And it's not just like they're flat and neutral. That's not necessarily boring. At least I understand and grasp who wants that and what they want it for. No, these have literally made everything I play just... And I figured out why. Because I looked at the price. I wasn't going to do the guessing game. I don't do that for every single one of them. I still will give you the price value. But these are $289. And that is, let's go to the listing on headphones.com of all the Noble things that Noble sells. At the bottom, $289, the Noble Knight. $299, True Wireless. Then more, True Wireless at $369. Then $369, True Wireless. Then the headphones. And then there are IEMs. $3,200 and $3,900. This pair of IEMs, 4 True Wirelesses, headphones, $3,000 and $4,000 fucking IEMs. So Noble hasn't stepped into this price bracket before, and it's kind of like a scene in Speed Racer, which I don't know the movie well enough, but I'm going to imagine this scene where the big mega corporation who has the $1 million race cars walks into the dive bar with all the street racers and is like, look, we're one of you, and you cannot compete down here with this sound. Holy shit. This IEM is poorly tuned. This feels underpowered. It feels like I'm giving it 1,000th of a watt. And it just can't, it just can't go. I can give it all the power in the world. And it isn't actually a power thing. This is a metaphor for like what it needs. But it's like, I don't know how they sucked the soul out of the sound, but they did that. It's just gone. The Focus Apollos, the actual headphones, were really well done. Super linear, clean, a great close back. I think, oh my God, this actually sounds bad. This is Hans Zimmer, Kung Fu Panda. Just so everyone knows it ain't this, which by the way, this is running off this DAC. This is running off the Shelly Daisy. These 3 are all running off their own internal DACs. And you're also running off the Daisy. That's my litmus test. Like if it don't sound good on a Sparkos Gemini, which it does sound like it's been pulled apart a little bit better. Like there's more to the sound, but then can you get to the good bit? Get to the part where I like you. No, you don't exist. Skipping ahead. At least a tube makes it listenable. Like, I'm just going to take them out. I'm not even going to listen to these anymore. This is the problem when you have a company that makes some of the most highly rated and loved IEMs. But those IEMs cost like $3,000. And then you're like, well, why don't you make a budget set that costs 90% less? And then when you go to tune it, and here's the thing, having lived in the dirt where the real deal $50, $70, $80, $110, $125, $180, $201, like I've listened to a bulk of my IEMs have been cheap shit with those companies that no one knows the names of them. It's like fucking Ape Voix Grit. All right. No one calls something Ape Voix that speaks English, and you call it the Grit, and that's kind of cool. Like you grit your teeth, grit and fight. Absolutely absurdly bad naming. $200, whatever it was, IEM. Fucking amazing. Because that company is trying to compete with the $3,000 Nobles. And Noble can't compete with itself. They have a very strong reason to not make these really good. Because if they make them really good, you're going to listen to their $3,000 and $4,000 IEMs and go, well, these are like 8% better. So these are 90% worse than probably their good IEMs. It's the SVS Ultras all over again. SVS make the SVS Ultra speakers. They were $1,000. They make the SVS Prime speakers, half the cost. Same size drivers, same tweeter, same box essentially. They tune them on purpose to sound like shit or to sound worse. They have to be half the cost because they made the expensive one first. They made the great one first. And they're like, all right, we're going to sell a cheap version of it now, but ruin it a little bit. And whoops, the pen slipped. And they ruined it a lot. I don't like these. I really don't like these. You know what I do like? This 3D printed shield filled with tips that actually, some of them are very odd. Now, I'm a tip swapper. I have my case of tips. I took out these clear velvets to try. I got the Duno SS. I tried render tips on it. I didn't try their tips because I'm probably going to sell these. Honestly, if they want them back, they can get them back. But I don't want to stick these in my ears because one of you will get to play around. But look how odd some of these are. This is like a very short double flange. Like with a huge hole. That even might be as big as... No, it's not quite as flared as that. Talk about flared holes here. But it's got some really weird shit in here. We got some pointy foams. Like, that's a pointy foam. And that's, like, just fatter on top, but the same scale. And then you got these really short foams. And you got even fatter too. I have no idea what's fucking going on, because these fat ones have smaller holes than the short ones. And then these are just like the normal silicone, and it came with 2 more of those that were on the actual unit. Please don't roll away. And I'll stick these in here, so there you go, nice and safe. So yeah, this is cool. This is a cool little collector's piece. They print this out and they put it in the case. You got a bag. That's fine. And you get a Velcro strap. Does it say Noble on it? It does not. The wire is a 4.4, which thank God for that. It's a pretty standard one. What do we got? A fucking 8-wire weave here. Actually, it's one of the only materials. This brush against my phone screen has started selecting things. So whatever this is, you could actually use it as a stylus on your phone. Goes up to the split. The split has a huge, thick aluminum slide that is kind of tight on these wires. Like, I would really be careful not to damage anything as you're sliding this up and down. That is, it works. It works. It's magic. It's fine. These are a 2-pin. I think they're a deep 2-pin. Yeah, they're a deep. Holy fuck. That's not that deep, but holy God, those are some long contacts on there. And as far as it looks, like, I kind of like it. It's holographic and 3-dimensional, yet flat at the same time. Unlike the sound in these IEMs, which is flat all the time in the worst, in the Shure 1540 way of, wow, I am fucking bored. Run the Jewels should never play in this house and not make me feel like punching someone or shooting someone or just driving a car real fast through a bad neighborhood. Like, emotion. It's in the music. And drugs can help with that, whether it's caffeine or marijuana. They can help bring more emotion to your music. Nothing's going to help with these. They sleepy time. I want to know, anyone who's experienced this, anyone who's a Noble fanboy, because you know what, let's look up, see if there's any reviews, because I feel like, are there any on the, well, I don't need to go to that page, it's here. I don't think there's any, and here's the thing, they are not a simple basic IM. 10 millimeter dual magnetic composite diaphragm with a Sonion mid-frequency balanced armature, and a piezoelectric ceramic super tweeter. I couldn't tell. I wouldn't be able to tell you. What this sounds like is a 2 balanced armature. No shit. Like, I really want Noble to send me more of their stuff, and this review is not helping. Sorry, everybody at Noble. I still wear the Noble shirt. I wear the Focus Apollo. I didn't wear them on the plane last time because I decided to go baller mode and wear the Lyric 2. No one knew what was going on. And they're fucking comfortable. Yeah, I'm going to put these back in my... I mean, I've got... What other tips can I try? Nothing is going to help these. These are unhelpable. Unless my burn-in process of sitting them on the thing for a week just melted them and there's none of the drivers are working. I wish I knew... I wish I had another person here. Just any other human being. I'd be like, hey, man, try these. Tell me if I'm fucking crazy. Because, yeah, this is, I don't want to go headphones.com on them. Get it? You get it? No, at least I'm saying the price of them. But, yeah, I can't. It's like they're veiled. Like, they sound like there's an inverted phase issue where, like, half the sound is just not making it into my ear. I could insult these so fucking hard. Like, I could go ham. I could be like, if I got a set of these on an airplane, like the free ones they give you, I wouldn't keep them. I'm like, oh, these are the free ones? All right. Yeah, no, they sound real. Like, there's nothing there. Sound is happening, but it sounds wrong. On everything. On everything I've got here. On better... I got the blue tech. Let's try X bass. Hold on. NX space. You know what? X bass X3 plus X space. They're listenable now. I'm listening to a vinyl rip of Nirvana Dumb from the Unplugged in New York album. So I'm listening to a vinyl rip of Nirvana Unplugged with enhanced bass and enhanced space. And now I'm like, all right, this is not bad. In the rating system of this channel, I have to tell you how much these are worth. They're a Noble product. So they have resale value. They come in a decent box. Like, look, it doesn't do the cool V thing, but it still opens up. I don't know why there's like dandruff in it. I didn't do that. It's got a really fucked up face. Laughing at me. Why the fuck are you laughing at me? You know. This is the most listenable this fucking pair has been. And I've got to crank the shit out of all this weird stuff and listen to it unplugged. Hold on. They actually have low end now because I boosted the hell out of it. No, it's still... It's like there's mayonnaise on the lens. You know when there's mayonnaise on the lens of a camera and you just... It's like, I can see that that's a woman, but I can't tell if she's smiling or happy or a woman or a robot. Like, there's nothing here. Yeah, I think Noble needs... If Noble wants to fight down here, in the dirt, in the trenches, where the street racers are, they need to make these fucking great. They need to stop worrying about, oh, we don't want to compete with ourselves. Who cares? If someone's looking to buy $3,000 IMs, they're going to buy $3,000 IMs. They're not going to go, oh, I'll buy these $290 IMs instead. They won't do that. I know people. People don't do that. People buy for their budget, not what sounds amazing. JoJo, the $50 IEM collab I have, which no longer comes with the purple cable, you should all riot. Could be the best IEM anyone's ever heard. But if they have a $2,000 budget, they're not going to buy JoJo. Even if they heard it, even if they love it, they're going to put that $50 IEM in a drawer and spend another $1,950. Don't worry about competing with yourself. You got to get from this fucking channel every $289 and below IEM that I've given a 10 or rated super highly and listen to those. They just engage. I can't even name it. I could name, did it, the 8 Voix Grit. 8 Voix Grit, buy one. If IEM companies that don't have a literal supply of their competition IEMs in-house that they listen to and love, and then just put out their own, like, no, we're good. No, we're good. You're not good. You're not good. You don't know where you're fighting. You're fighting down here, and it's fucking rough down here. There are more talented IEMs than anywhere else. The $3,000 market is like 4 people. Down here, there's hundreds of them, and they're all better than this. So yeah, that's my review of I didn't even know, like, I picked this desk mat just out of, like, a pile I've been going through symmetrically. Just, this one is next, and this one is next, this one is next. This one was next. I walked over to the thing. I saw a knight. I'm like, Skull Knight. That's a relevant thing. I am disappointed. Anyway, yep, I'll see if I could work Noble into sending me something that's, not bottom tier. Not that the thing is, it's not because it's bottom tier from them. It's because they didn't tune it to compete with the amazing shit that one company that's all they make is one IEM. They're going to put their fucking heart and soul into it, and this does not have that. So yeah, unless it's another one of those things where it's like, no, we tuned it for fancy. It's like, this is not fancy. This is tuned for nap time for everybody. So Wallpaper and the Wallpaper Horde. Desk mats are on Reddit. Patreon, subscribe, support the channel. Also get to see all the unreleased IEM videos before they're released here publicly. They're on free posts. You don't even have to pay for them. Go check out my Patreon and subscribe for free posts. Collabs things are happening, but that's irrelevant for this situation. Yeah, no, I'm good. You're good, I'm good. We're good. Next time, Noble. Next time. Try harder. You know, it's the first time I've shut the camera off and kept ranting to myself. Just kept ranting. Like, it's 289. You got to ride or die. I forgot to point out how long the nozzles are. These are fucking huge. If these were $1,000 IEM, I'd be like, they got to have like 4 dynamics in here and 90. It's just 3 things. Look at the size of it. That's why I initially put different tips on it. Because Duno SS tips, the whole fucking thing sticking out of my ears. So yeah, no. They're metal. They're nicely built, but that's a weird shape. I don't like tuning. No.